Hello, Taurus. How are you guys doing? My name is Patty, and I am an empath that is doing your intuitive tarot today. This is for the week of the 19th of October through the 25th. Wow, I can't believe it. We're almost through October already. Let's see, the new moon on the 16th, and we got another full moon coming up on the 31st. So let's get started, Taurus. Let's see what we've got for you guys this week. Hopefully the Mars retrograde is being kind to you, which I don't know if it is or not, right? So let's see what we've got. See if this card pops up again. I don't know if that's typical. That's typical. So we have storm fields, which is the number 9, 9 meaning intensity. Well, a storm usually is intense, isn't it? All right, and then we have a one-ring circus. So here is the storm card, first card out. And then we have the one-ring circus, which is also a number 6, which means improvement or harmony. So some type of harmony coming together. I have a feeling this is to do with your priorities. Because of the month and the way that the energies are falling, we are to look at our priorities and what's going on, what is really important to us, putting what is important to us first. So this is part of the energies that should be going. Now, everybody's sort of going through storms, storm fields, and storms are not a bad thing. We actually should be thankful for the storms, because then we can actually grow and strengthen ourselves, as well as learn some new lessons. Thank you for that. So I was asked to look at the storm card again, and I don't know if you can see it. There's some flowers. There's some little energies and mushrooms there on the side of the path. And there is just mainly saying that there is hope, there's something new, something fresh, because these are baby flowers, so something's growing from the storm. So it hasn't destroyed it, it hasn't come around to it yet, or if it's going away, the storm could be coming, it could be going away, you could be in the storm. So maybe this storm has to do with an inner struggle of priorities too. It doesn't have to be a physical storm or something like you're going through something. This could be a storm for your spiritual self fighting your earth self. Earth meaning your human side. So that's what that might be. Yeah, definitely. So then the last card out is the balancing act. I don't know how many times I've seen these 3 cards in the last few weeks, and it's just sort of I feel like I'm repeating the same story over and over again. But the balancing act is also to the number 2, which is all about balance or a partnership or even a division. So you're sort of given the choice to either allow something to grow, change, or even just drop off, kind of a thing. And when we're now in the we're now going towards the full moon, and the full moon, this is sort of a releasing time to the full moon. So we want to release, and this is a time of growing, planting a seed and saying, okay, you know what? I need to let something go. I need to plant this seed. So again, this is why you have the storm field and the one ring circus, because the planting of the seed has to be you and you only, because it's your journey. Does that not make sense? So you can't sort of say, well, sort of like if you're married, you say, oh, honey, where do you want to go? What do you want to do next year for a vacation? You know, that kind of thing. They can tell you what they want and what they would like, but is it what you want and what you would like? Because it's your journey, sort of in that sense. So let's see what else we have going for you for the week of the 19th through the 25th. So as you see, also too, for those of you that are brand new coming into my, oops, didn't realize I had one flipped. So we have the 8 of Wands is the first card out, and that being about either travel or also communication. Either one of these things are going to come in fast. So it's sort of like something that you sort of didn't expect, and it's just like there. And with the planets and everything towards the end of the month, that's actually going to happen. So something is going to happen where like it's whew, nobody knew about it and it was like, whoa, where did that come from? So that's sort of the energy of the Eight of Wands. And also too the number 8 is about all about rewards and progress, a procession of things. So I don't know if somebody's getting ready to travel, or maybe they're winning a trip, or maybe they're, offered a trip or something like that. So that might be the other thing. It could mean also too with the Eight of Wands being a communication thing. This is a communication thing between you and someone else, or if that doesn't resonate with you, somebody actually could be coming towards you. You need to communicate with, but during this time has to do with communication. This week seems to be part of that. It also is about change. Again, I talked to you about the priority. This is for somebody. Now, this isn't going to resonate with everybody, but it may resonate with one or two, or maybe three or four or five or six. Who knows? It's all just dependent upon your journey. And the thing is with the storm fields and the One Ring Circus and trying to get our priorities straight, trying to get either out of the storm, start something new, something that is actually worth the reward, the progression, and things like that, because we have the Tower. And the Tower being that things are going to change. Well, they always are changing, right? But the thing about the Tower is there's drastic change. And this is going to be a fast coming change. Now, this could be for the better, which I would hopefully, I don't predict anything because I'm not psychic. I use tarot mainly for guiding and help, and how to help you get through your times of trouble and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, with the Tower, this whatever is unexpected with either travel or communication is going to become really quick and unknown, and it's enough to transform, to almost do a 180. So this could be a positive thing, though, because this is something maybe you need, or maybe somebody that resonates with that they need, or they need to be thinking. Because again, when we try to do too many things at one time, then we lose track of where our priorities are. And so that's a real important thing, because with this balancing act here, the number 2, if you look at her hand, she could drop that in a heartbeat. And you'll see that there's a lot more to lose than there is coming in. So you really have to look at and weigh the pros and cons of what you're balancing in your life. What do you really have to lose? And then what do you have to gain? All right. Let's see what else we've got going here. Oh, we've got the Six of Pentacles. So this is Six of Pentacles is a good card. It is about give and take. It is about making sure that there is balance there. So something is, again, off balance. Something is not working right. So when they say that it's not working right, then you have to change something in order for something to happen differently. It's that old thing they used to say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, that's what this is here. Okay. Sounds like there's travel in somebody's future. I think this is part of it. So the Two of Wands is about sort of thinking in the future, looking into the future, maybe planning for the future, maybe working towards, maybe even now planting the seed for the future. This could be a travel thing. Might be careful because if we're traveling, something could, I'm not saying anything, but you really want to be careful if this travel, and like I said, this travel could be turning your life upside down, as far as, for example, you get a job and you have to relocate. You have to travel, you have to move, you have to relocate. Or maybe you're taking a job overseas and that you have to relocate. Then also too, maybe you're thinking about that really sort of far in the future, but during the month of October, that's not really a smart thing to do because everything's up in the air and we're supposed to be focusing in on the now. So the Two of Wands, even though that it means like a harmony and getting, balanced kind of thing, we have to see where that is in your journey. Something is definitely not balanced because you've got complete balance here as far as what your whole theme is for the week. So that would be something that you really want to focus in on for the week. What's off? Are you more materialistic? Are you more spiritual? Are you more idealistic? Are you, what is it that you're too much on, that we have to learn to back down on? So we have the Magician in manifesting. He can manifest. Magician is actually sort of spiritual, very spiritual, and he understands the power of infinity, of power and things to come that are infinite kind of thing. He's also very, very keen on all the different things that he could manifest or maybe not manifest, because this again is a priority and a choice what he decides to manifest, because he has it all, but he has to learn to manifest and manifest the things of right. Now, being somebody who's very spiritual, I would, look more at the unseen and the things that aren't monetarily of value, because those are things that are, I call, priceless, total priceless. So that might be something that you might want to be looking at, what if you're thinking about how I'm going to balance it, because when your storms come, and for you, I don't know if this is a storm that's already happened that you just went through, if you're getting ready to go in one, or you're coming out of one, or you're in the middle of one. I don't know what that is for you, but I do know if you have spirit with you, if you have the divine with you, he can help you guide through, and he can help you hunker down and batten down the hatches while it's going on. Yeah. So we have a couple of pentacles out here. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, meaning that somebody's really putting a lot of hard work into either themselves or working on their career or their school, something to do with their forward future. And they're looking back at it and they're contemplating, is this really the way that I want to go? Is this really what I want to do? Is this something that is going to be worth it? So that's what I'm getting on this one here on the Six of Pentacles. Now, there is a lot of good things that have come through this so far, whether it's career, school, whatever it is. But now there's a lot of contemplation. What am I going to do for the future? How am I going to do this for the future? There's also a little part of this person that is like, you know what? I need a break. I need to travel. I need to do something. I need to travel. And so that might be part of it. But there is some definite change as far as career for somebody. And it's like a brand new venture. But the other thing too is you're not quite sure how to balance that out. It's all pentacles, it seems to be today. We have the Page of Pentacles, bringing a message, bringing something forward. Again, in the element of career or finances or money, something is really beginning to change. And this is actually a struggle for somebody. I don't know who this is. It's like if the Eight of Cups comes up, I would be really surprised, because this is something that somebody's struggling with internally, to go this route, because it is such a big drastic change for their life. Now, it could be that you're in a relationship and maybe because of money that somebody has a better offer on a job. and you're both trying to decide how it's going to work, because it would maybe entertain maybe being split because due to the distance. And if you really want to go that, how are you going to balance that out? How is that going to work in the relationship? Or will we make it if you do take this job, kind of thing, and see where that goes? Yeah. So it's time to just maybe sit back and take a rest, a real look at this, do some meditation, do some prayer, do some heavy thinking about it, but don't think about it so far to be, to kill it, because this is the Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is about stability. So it's just going to create more stability for you, whatever this decision is. Yeah. Oh, okay. So somebody is actually feeling like this card came up earlier. I didn't pick it because I thought maybe I don't see how it's relevant yet, but it came up earlier, so definitely is relevant. That somebody, it's the Five of Pentacles, and it's about somebody feeling either left out in the cold, or maybe somebody is physically hurt that they can't go and do what they need to do for this career, or maybe traveling, and they're really struggling with it and they're feeling pretty depressed. And that being is they don't want to be left out. They just don't want to be left out. Yeah. So yeah, the Tower, again with the Death card, is all about change, something ending, something starting as usual. Now, I don't think this is a relationship. This is something to do with finances or a job or school. Now that college has started, maybe somebody's just thinking about the finances for college. How am I going to do this? I'm away from home. It's costing a lot. Did I make the right decision? Again, this is something that you really need to think about in your balance. But I will say, for the person, if you are in school, this is to change your life. This is to grow your future. This is to grow your finances, is what I'm seeing with this. It is a struggle. It is hard. It is a lot of work. And there isn't any balance when you go to school. It's all school, lots of homework. So in this sense, if it is for a student going to college, then this is totally going to be okay and to be off balance for the moment, because you're working towards a final goal. You're working towards your future for whoever that is. And that is really important to stick through. But it is also important to get your rest. If you're going to have to cut anything out, don't cut out your rest. That's what keeps you sharp. That's what keeps you energized. That's what keeps you refueled and not get sick. So you want to make sure that you do that if that's for somebody. I don't see any relationship stuff in here, actually. So I think with this, it's all about thinking this week, definitely, about using your your thinking hat, your earthly thinking hat, but also to using your spiritual hat to make the decisions. Go to the divine. The divine is the only place to get your source. This is your intuition, the Queen of Cups, telling you, listen to your heart, listen to what it is that you're created to do, created to go forward, and that kind of thing. Really think about that from the inside out. But that is pretty much, it's pretty boring, huh? She's talking about work all the time. But no, there is something transforming for everybody who is a Taurus today, transforming. So just realize it's going to come fast. These are the two cards out, and it's going to either create more balance for you, or it's going to throw you off balance for a minute. But it's for the future, actually. So for those of you that are single now and looking for love, I'm going to do a 3-card reading for you, because there was no love in here. So let's see what they have to say about love for you guys for this week of the 19th to the 25th. All right, so let's see what they say. Ooh, boy, that popped right out of there. What's going on? The 5 of Pentacles. So somebody's feeling, we had that already. So Five of Pentacles again, who somebody's feeling left out. Maybe somebody's feeling like I'll never find somebody. I have a feeling. Pentacles though is about money. So somebody's like feeling that maybe, let's see what the next card is before I guess, because it has to go with something else, because it has two, it could have many meanings, but this one here, it has to go with a person. So this could be a person coming towards you, or it could be you going to a person. So let's see what else there is for the singles out there. He's not a very good looking guy, is he? So the devil is all about change. So not being bound to somebody. So maybe somebody is needing to break away from a relationship. Somebody maybe even, feeling trapped in a relationship. Um, but okay, they want to get away. They want to do some things, but they can't financially. So they're afraid that if they do that, they will be left out in the cold. Remember? They don't want to be left out in the cold. They don't want to be left stranded. They don't want to be. So whoever is in a relationship, it's coming to an end. You just have to get your ducks in a row to be able to do that. Now, if you're single um, and you are liking somebody, really watch the red flags. The red flags will tell you, or actions speak louder than words. So make sure that the actions first are matching the words. If they're not, that equals a red flag. That equals either a man boy or a grown girl. And you don't want one of those, because they'll play games, they'll waste your time, they'll lie, they'll tell you things you want to hear just to manipulate. These are relationships you don't want. So I feel like in this one here, somebody is um, actually dealing with money. So there is either somebody needing to keep in a relationship because of money, or they like somebody because they have money. But that is not a healthy way to actually have a relationship. So we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is all about losing sleep, night terrors, nightmares, all that kind of stuff. So this definitely, for single, if you're dating and you're with somebody, most likely this is a time to really contemplate maybe seeing what your outcome will be in the future. Imagine yourself in the future with this person at the same thing of what you're doing now. Can you handle that in the future? Is that going to be allowed in the future? Are you going to put up with that in the future? Because you're losing sleep. You're thinking about it way, way too much. You should actually just surrender it, give it to the divine, and say, if you want me to stay, I'll stay. If you don't, find a way to get me out of here. So that's sort of the way that this situation is. I don't see this as being a hookup situation. I don't see it somebody coming into somebody's life. The only thing I think that if it is going to come into somebody's life is that that person may be an ex that wants to try to come back, and it's not a good thing. That relationship's dead and gone. We don't want to take people back, especially too early, because then they're not healed, they're not restored, they haven't learned their lesson. So I would not take them back. There's a lot of psychology into that, but yeah. So sorry guys, that's what that's what's all out here. So hopefully, Taurus, next week we'll have some true love coming your way. So again, this is your reading about balance, and make sure that whatever is coming in is going to be coming in hard, fast. It is life changing. Think about the future, but don't really focus in on the future, because things are shifting and going all over the place. And if you think it's going to be straight and narrow for the next couple of months, it's not. So, day by day by day by day is what you want to do. And whatever is ending is going to open a door for a new beginning. I don't know what that's for. So remember to listen to your intuition. Ask the divine for your guidance. Ask the divine, what do I need to do? Give me the wisdom, that kind of thing. Because that's the only source you have. This is resources. This is not what is going to happen in the future, because you are a free soul, you have freedom of choice. So that's why I do these weekly, because maybe next week you picked the wrong thing or something that you didn't want to pick, and then the whole energy's changed. So I hope you enjoyed this, Taurus. Now, if you look below, if I'd ask if you please subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to see dailies, I do dailies every morning, and you can see those. If you subscribe, hit the bell, you'll be notified when those are loaded. And also, too, I do live videos here and there. And I think I just got done with the new moon. And we're going to be doing one on empaths this weekend, next weekend. And also to all kinds of things. So join. Also, I'm on Facebook now. Join our group. It's Divine Warrior Intuitive. Join our group. Come in and say hello. If you have questions about anything, even cards, empath, intuitive, anything like that, and just to hang out, that's the place to go. So I hope you guys had a good time, and we will talk to you next week on the 26th. Can't believe it. We're at the end of the month already. Can't believe it. Take care, guys. Love you, Taurus.